How do you prove to your examiners that you didn't just Google it or pick the paper you liked? You show them your trail. Today I'm showing you the PRISMA flowchart, but more importantly, I'm showing you the search tracker Excel I use to record every key string across every database. Let's turn your chaotic searching into a scientific process.
Before the flowchart, there's the tracker. This is my Excel where I logged the date, database, the exact key string I used, and the number of results. So you can say that if the number of result was 2,174, and from that I actually saved 27. So I had separate tabs for Scopus, Web of Science, EBSCO, ProQuest, and Gestor, Gray Literature. This tracking is what allowed me to edit and refine my PRISMA approach without guessing. If an examiner asks why you didn't find a certain paper, you point to this. Once you have those numbers, we plug them into PRISMA diagram. Remember that you also have to mention how many number of papers you found from the initial searching and how many actually you ended up downloading. So it's a simple funnel.
Be honest, how many tabs do you have open right now? If it's more than 20, then you need this flowchart. Tell me your tab counts in the comments below and let's see who is the most overwhelmed.
In the identification section, you just put the name of all the databases that you searched in and the number of papers that you have found after you search with the key strings. And after that, how you remove some of the papers from that. Maybe there were some duplicate records, where some criteria you set in inclusion exclusion criteria that we are going to explain later. But then you just explain that how many you found in the initial search and how many you ended up downloading. So from identification, where you identified all the papers in all the database. So after that, you go through the screening process. You put the numbers from, I'm also going to show you how I screened from 6,000 papers to ended up in 29 papers. So from initial screening, you just put the numbers that you screened through. Then after that, the included papers where you actually included the exact number of papers that you included in your study. So this is just for a systematic literature review. This is definitely 29 papers was not for my entire thesis. This is just for a systematic literature review for the theory aspect. If you remember my Boolean logic video, this is where you report the results of those specific search strings. It tells the examiner, I'm rigorous, I'm unbiased, I didn't just cherry pick. So this is my paper. This is the paper for that I use the specific PRISMA approach. This is my PRISMA framework, and I will show you the quality analysis criteria. As I said that there has been certain criteria I maintained to screen through my papers that I found because I did not include all the 6,000 papers I found. So there were 3 phases. In phase 1, at first, we set the research question. Then we define the data source selection. We have to mention from exactly which database. Is it Web of Science? If it's Taylor and Francis, Sage, Science Direct, Elsevier, or ProQuest, we have to mention the exact database. So if somebody wants to replicate your work, they can just follow exact procedure and get the similar result in their own context. So we mention the exact data source selection. Then we start searching the literature using the Boolean logic or all the different methods of searching literature from databases. Then we set inclusion exclusion criteria. This is a mandatory, a must for your literature review. You have to mention in your thesis what are your inclusion exclusion criteria? What are the criteria that was necessary for you to include. For example, if you're searching for last 10 years of literature or maybe just last 5 years of literature, so that is one of the inclusion criteria. If your language could be your inclusion criteria. The specific keywords could be your inclusion criteria, where you mention that anything that is not exactly related to this keyword. For example, brand trust is a keyword, but you will not include anything that is related to either brand or trust, or brand and trust in separate pages, not in one page or as a one unique phrase. So for example, your exclusion criteria will be anything that is an opinion piece or news article, or anything that is not a book chapter or journal article or peer-reviewed journal article. You will not include those papers. So this will be into your exclusion criteria. So you, in phase one, you have to set your inclusion exclusion criteria. Then there is quality assessment criteria. I will show you from my paper. I have set the quality assessment questions. So there are 4 questions in quality assessment after you set your inclusion exclusion criteria, after you downloaded all the papers across all the databases. So the first quality assessment question is, does the study answer the research questions of this SLR? So if you remember, at first we have designed the research questions for this systematic literature review. In my paper, I have my own set of research questions. There are 5 questions. So now I'm looking into one specific paper that I downloaded, and I'm asking myself that this particular paper, does this study answer the research questions of my paper that I am looking to explore? Then second question is, does the study describe the research objectives and research methodology appropriately? The paper that you downloaded, does it have the research objectives and questions properly and research methodology in appropriate manner? If yes, it's a yes. Then next question is, do the results clearly describe and does the study achieve the objective? So you go to the results section and you find out if the result of that specific paper are clearly described and it actually achieved its objectives. If not, that could also be a finding, but then does it mention it in the paper? If it's mentioned in the paper, you keep that paper. Then the last question is this contribution of this study valuable to the relevant field? Maybe it has finding, it has all clear objective and methodology, but the findings are not that valuable for, or it might not have enough contribution or value to the field that you're looking into. If it's a no, you're putting all the answer into binary scale. If it's yes, you give 1. If it's no, you give 0. So where does it work? I will show you how I calculate it. So you see all the papers that I downloaded. I did the quality assessment analysis. So for every yes, I put 1. Sometimes there are answer which is half, like you get 0 0.5. For example, it has methodology, but it does not have objective, and it was in the same question. So 1 is yes, 1 is no. So it's, if both are no, it's definitely a 0. If it's half, it's 0.5. So I put all the answers. Anything that was less than 3, I did not include. So anything you see in this paper, here its total score is, it has to be more than 3, you see? 3, 3.5, and 4. Some of them qualified in all these 4 aspects. So it's 4, some of them did not. So the minimum number I set, the boundary I set was 3. I did not go below 3. So anything that qualified within this number, I only included those papers. And how I reported them? I reported them in a table. There is a table. So you can see the database name. I downloaded from Web of Science, Scopus, EBSCOhost, ProQuest, Google Scholar. Then the exact identified study, then after first inclusion criteria, some of them were removed. This is the screening. This first one is identification. The second is screening. So there is, after second inclusion criteria, some of them were removed. After some other quality assessment, some of them removed. So next is eligibility. So first, among all this paper, I'm again checking all the titles. Maybe there were some duplicates, maybe there were some, it seemed important. Then after reading the whole title, it now, because when I downloaded, I specifically downloaded reading the keywords. The keywords were there, so I downloaded everything that I could find. So I can screen it later and include the exact papers that I need. So after title, some more of the papers will be removed. Then after title, I read abstract and conclusion before reading the full articles for quality assessment. So after title, maybe for one database, I had 46 papers. When I moved into reading abstract and conclusion, then I deleted a few more, so it became 37. After that, I read the full article to do my quality analysis, because we have to check the objective methodology sections, we have to check the findings, we have to check whether or not the findings actually achieve the objectives, help achieving the objectives to the paper. So after reading those full articles, finally we selected 14 papers, and then we calculated the quality analysis, and after the score was 3 and above, we selected the exact amount. So from 225 of Web of Science literature, we have only kept 10 papers. So this is what we did for every other databases, and we ended up getting 29 papers for this particular paper. This is one systematic literature review I conducted. This is a part of my thesis, but I only took the media system dependency theory part, the theory that I used in my thesis, and I conducted a systematic literature review to see the context from a different angle.
Download the Prisma template and search tracker Excel in the link below. Tomorrow, we are taking those included papers and putting them into the synthesis matrix, another Excel sheet that will basically write your thesis for you. See you there.